Staff Sergeant Mr. Dennis Hardman was born on September 17th, 1972, in Dover, Delaware. His family moved to California during his early days of childhood. The family later moved back to Pennsylvania, where Hardman completed high school. Hardman enlisted into the Army when he was 20 years old. Hardman always wanted to be a Ranger, but his plans did not follow through. Hardman joined the infantry instead. Hardman's family background was not big into the military service. He also mentioned,
It was just kind of doing my own thing.
However, Hardman's family was supportive as he left for basic training. Hardman attended basic training at Fort Benning, Georgia. At basic training, Hardman performed a lot of PT. The term PT is short for physical training. There were a few adaptations that Hardman had to make, such as his sleep schedule and routine training drills during any type of weather conditions. Hardman said the hardest part of military lifestyle for him to adjust to was
Just, I guess, being out in the field and dealing with the suck.
Hardman also received specialized training for the Bradley. The Bradley is a vehicle used to transport infantry soldiers. Hardman learned to do maintenance on a Bradley, like taking the track on and off. Hardman also drove the Bradley around obstacle courses during the daytime and nighttime. While at basic training, Hardman also learned how to use Bangalore torpedoes and Claymore mines. Hardman graduated basic training after 13 weeks and exited as a trained, skilled soldier. After basic training, Hardman went to his first assignment at Fort Hunter Liggett, California. Hardman was stationed at Fort Hunter Liggett for nearly 4 years. While at Fort Hunter Liggett, Hardman tested new equipment like laser tag gear and ballistic glasses. Hardman said,
Some things were high speed, like we got to play with new laser tag equipment one time. Another time was like ballistic glasses, eyewear. That wasn't fun times.
there was no estimated time length for new equipment. Hardman stated,
Yeah, it depended on what we were testing.
Hardman did not test any vehicles, but he did help test the Longbow Apache attack helicopter. Hardman also completed more training while he was at Fort Hunter Liggett. Hardman then joined the Pennsylvania Army National Guard. Hardman served in Operation Noble Eagle, which was after the September 11th attacks. Hardman was lucky and was stationed close to home. His unit was to report to the Lancaster Airport to provide daytime security. Hardman said,
I got there early in the morning, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and pulled security with the Pennsylvania State Troopers. And it was basically just providing additional security to the airport. That was pretty much it.
There were not many flights that came and went from the Lancaster Airport. Since the terminal was small, Hardman and the other men did a lap around the terminal to make sure everything was still okay. Hardman's shift lasted about 6 hours. After Hardman was finished providing security at the Lancaster Airport, he then served in Operation Enduring Freedom from 2003 to 2004. Hardman was deployed to Kosovo to provide security. Hardman said,
There was a conflict with the Serbians and the Albanians in Kosovo. So our role there was peacekeepers.
Hardman and his squad went around to different towns on presence patrols to make their presence known to the town. Hardman and his unit of soldiers guarded a church. The church was guarded all 24 hours. Hardman and his squad experienced no major threats while guarding the church. Hardman also did have some free time in Kosovo. Hardman said,
We watched movies or played video games or slept. That was pretty much it.
in 2005, Hurricanes Katrina and Rita caused massive amounts of damage in Louisiana. Hardman was deployed to Louisiana to help run a distribution site. Hardman said,
We ran a couple food ice distribution points.
Hardman's unit handed out cases of MREs and ice. MRE stands for Meal Ready to Eat. Hardman's unit stayed at their distribution site all day. Hardman went to the distribution site every day until about 5 o'clock. Where Hardman was at, there was not much flooding, but there was damage. Hardman said,
Buildings just obliterated in some areas. Yeah, there was. It depends on how close you got. We weren't too bad. You could still see some damage. Mostly like roofs torn off, trees blown over, signs torn down, damaged two buildings in different ways.
Hardman's last deployment was Operation Iraqi Freedom from 2008 to 2009. Hardman and his group of soldiers provided security for civil affairs personnel and her vehicle. Hardman said,
She talked to schools, and we visited schools, and there was a meeting that happened once or twice a month. We would go there, and she would sit in on the meeting. She would go to talk to townspeople and stuff like that.
There were no shifts for the security aspect.
Yeah, your patrol lasted anywhere from 8 to 12, sometimes 14 hours.
Hardman stated. Hardman also did not go to Iraq by himself. Hardman said,
So, funny story, my brother-in-law went, and my father-in-law went. We all went to Iraq at the same time. And we were actually all stationed in the same camp.
After 20 years in the service, Hardman retired. Hardman never really quit his job while he was deployed. Hardman was fortunate and was able to come back to his job and work again. Hardman stated,
For my deployments, yeah, it was basically the job will be here when you get back. And when I got back, there was a job. I just went back to work.
Hardman's service and dedication to the United States Army is greatly appreciated and will be remembered.